Good morning and welcome to the railroad. This morning we are going to start off and get this train headed to pick up a bunch of cars. Are these guys locked in place? Because it's not going to go well if they're not. 3 brakes for sure. Alright, so we got a fusee in front. Ooh, fairway is not great. That's okay. We're just going to move past here and then flip the switch and go back. We're just going to go past 10. Got plenty of stuff and we're on our way. Let's grab the engine roster and go see number 3. I tried to preload this in. It did not work. Okay. What do we got here? There we go. We got chemicals. We got Larka copper. I think we're cut off right here. And we're going to take care of these 2 cars first. There's nothing that needs to come out. So we can just go ahead and dump that in. Come on. Having some control problems. Yeah, no, we want it reverse. Are you locked? If not, let's relock you. Let's reverse 15 miles an hour. We want that to come through. That can go through. That can go through. That should be normal because we got to grab them all the way back to here. And we'll switch this off. Come along, little train and frame rate. Alright. Slow it down here. So we're going to flip this once it's by, because that's the track we're going down to get to the next thing. Alright, one's got to switch gears, 2's approaching something. BBJ T2. Let's check it out. Okay, cool. Let's hook them together. Might as well over here. Okay, no, I said select. Alright, go ahead to yard and reverse about 10 cars. Go. Let's go back, check out 3. Push that car in. I love the way I can jump between the trains. Alright, and you stop here and select you, and we want you to... Got some money for that, yeah. 81 bucks, not really a lot, but we do things for volume. Now, I think it's something about they won't, like you have to do team track stuff. If you don't do team track stuff, they get really mad and your reputation drops and then you have nothing to do. You don't want that. If you have nothing to do, then your railroad sucks. The whole point is to have fun moving railroad cars around. If there's no railroad cars to move around, what are you going to do? Can't run a passenger train if there's no passengers. I mean, I suppose you can, but eventually you'll run out of money. Flip that around, flip that switch. Come down here, flip this switch so that we don't have problems here. And this switch is already red, so that's good. And then we'll go past here, so maybe about there we'll get them past. flip that, bring it back. We want it to go that way, actually. And then this one, we'll bring them in. This one doesn't matter. Let's go on the straight track, though. Electric fuel R1. This one's going to R2, I believe. We can actually go to 15. It's going to chemicals P1. Okay. Alright, so we're almost done with all the switching, and it's only 8:23, so that's not bad at all. Oh, here it comes. Alright, it should come here, and then we flip this switch. And push it in. Are we pulling one out? We are pulling one out. Okay, so there's a little bit more work. But that's not a big deal. As you can see, the gameplay loop doesn't really change much. It's just you're moving cars around. You get to do different yards. You'll probably hate some yards and love other yards. A lot of people don't take the contracts with these guys. They do the copper and they do the coal. I don't know about a lot of people. Kerbo does that. It's like, well, we just need some things to do. We don't need a lot of things to do. And I mean, he does the sawmill. Maybe he doesn't even do copper. Copper's not a lot of cars, honestly. Yeah. All right. So we got to pull all these suckers out. So we want to link these two together. Right there. And then we got to come over here and turn off the handbrake, which is right there. So we'll go back 10 cars to start with. See if that's enough. Pretty darn near right on. Alright, switch that over. Forward about 5 cars. Make sure it clears the switch. With plenty of space. Yeah, we're fine, but let's let it get to the end and stop itself. And I'll back up 5 cars. Alright, this guy was on this side. There's your handbrake. Fly. Go back. Go back 5. That was freaking me out. That tanker looked like in front of a train, but it's so much bigger. All right, he's gonna come back. I actually want him out of there. It's not necessarily important yet. Let's look at that real quick. I'm not sure where to put him. Probably over here with these guys, which need to be switched out anyway. All right, excellent. Sorry about the swinginess. Green and green. All right, we're good. So we just need to unhook and let it go. I think this guy is... Yeah, they already got a handbrake on. Let's connect these up for no reason. And then break him off, and you should go forward at 25. And that ain't gonna do it though, is it? Because he needs water. So let's take on coal and water. So we'll stop him about here. Alright, don't need the map. We just need to hit 3. 3's ready. Bring him forward. We need to take off the handbrake. It won't go without the handbrake off. Put those together before it moves. Alright, now I want to go backwards. I'm not sure exactly where I want to put this right now. Usually we'll put it up here, but we got more stuff up there already. Alright, so it's in front. It doesn't matter. Okay, so we're going to come all the way up to here. We're going to drop him up here. Then we're going to have to run around. Not necessarily. I went down the wrong track. That's fine. Let's go ahead and stop that. We still have to run around, doesn't matter. Or we still have to go grab the other cars. Alright, so that's our outward bound. I don't know if there's any more. I think we looked and there wasn't. These guys have been there forever. Alright, so that's backwards. That backwards. We want it to stop here. And then, yeah, that one straight through. That one will change to straight through, and then it'll hook up there. He'll stop. Okay. What do we got? We've got a Larka 1E, 2E, 2E. Okay, so I think 1E goes in front of the train. And I think this is 1E. Yeah, that's 1E. Okay. So the weird thing is this splits around stuff. So yeah. That one would go to the front, like this side of the train. This side. So on the back, I guess. And then we push past here and we go up to 2E, which is all the way up here. 2E, yep. Okay, and it's right here. So that could be on either side of the train, because we'll just push it up into there, or we'll go past and bring it back into there. So we want 1E to be... yeah, we'll go past it and come back and grab it. I think that's the right way to go. Already selected here. Okay, so we go forward. That's red, that's green, that should be green, this should be red. So the other thing I need to look at, is there anything at the end of the track? I think it's just straight. Yeah. There's like half a Y. Can't do much with half a Y though. Need the whole Y. Alright, so it doesn't matter if you back up or go straight into this area, because it's going to... there's no way to switch it around. We're going to go one way the wrong way, the whole way, at least one of the ways. This guy should be there by now. Why isn't he? Why are we going 10? I'm sure I'm saving fuel or something. Are we almost there? Is it just around this bend here? Nope, still a ways off. Oh, it's up here. Okay, so yeah, that'll get there a little faster now. Oops. But yeah, not a big deal. Don't need the map. What am I doing? Go back to 3. There we go. Alright, so now we go ahead and hook them up, and we take off the brake. And then... I said I was going to go around them, didn't I? Because that would be the right way to do it. Because if I go this way... nothing good happens. Okay, let's put the brake back on, because these will roll away. There's a grade here. And we're going to go like that. Back up. 10. 20. Come on. You need to pay attention to what you're doing. It would have been done earlier if only I hadn't been stupid. And 0. And we're going to run it road forward. And then this one's green, that one's red, so it should be green. So we don't switch against, that should be green. That one will leave, well, that one red will have it go forever. So I'll put a fusee just in case. Gotta get this guy out of the way at some point. Alright, let's hook it back up. And then we'll just push straight through till we get to the end. Alright, great, excellent. We know what we're doing. Won't actually go 25. Alright, this one should be red, green, green, red. No fusing needed. Nope, that should be green because we want to come this way. That should be green because we want to come this way. We'll get rid of this fusee too. We're just going to push all the way to the end. These are empty cars. I don't care. We just keep going. Alright, and watch this. Green and red. Nope, we don't want red. Green and green, and that'll push it all the way to the end. Excellent. Alright, while that's happening, we can go check out the number 2. You stopped here. And we're going to go ahead and make you manual. And you're going to take on water and coal. See if that's good enough. Oh, that's perfect. Sweet. Alright. How about the 4? 4 is going 10 because it's probably coming up against these cars here. Oh my goodness, that was spinny. Yep. Alright, so let's grab this guy and we're going to go to yard and go back 20 cars. And then we actually have a bridge here now. That's beautiful. So we can continue on our way. I'm guessing there are several points. Yeah, we totally could. Oh, that's not very long. I don't think that's long enough to pass. We could certainly store the passenger train on that. I think that's it though. So many break. Ah, here's one. This one we could use. So if we want to store, this is Brooks. We want to store this freight train while the passenger train went through. We could have done that. I didn't think about that earlier. But that's okay. We needed this guy down here to move it out of the way. So that just happened. Well, we might as well move it all the way out of the way. But we have things to do here. Alright, so we've got to hook this up. And then we've got handbrake stick off. Brake, handbrake. And now, returning these cars does not pay us anything. Here's a handbrake. That's a handbrake too. Doesn't give us anything because we paid for these cars. We wanted to build a bridge. It's our project, so. That's unfortunate, but it is the way it is, and that's okay. Alright, so, we're going to come through here. We're going to stop here, and then we'll throw a fusee down before this signal here. So that's where we're headed. Like I said, we could set up a meet in Brooks if we wanted to. I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good idea. Let's go to 3. Okay, so here we are with 3. Hit 3 here. We're going to switch it over to yard and go back 20. Oh yeah, and I got to make the trip myself. Like that's the whole point of this game is to railroad on new and exciting places. Oh, so we'll probably run the passenger train as a. That'll be a whole episode. That guy's not going anywhere. Excellent. All right. Let's move forward about 20 cars. All right, we don't want to pick that up on the front. We want it on the back. So move it up here. It's all just smoke. All right, here we come. Down here, we're going to push past. No, we're going to drop it before we get to the. Yep, that's whistle. We'll drop it there and then we'll go up. So we need to flip this switch. Let's go back to you. Things are really looking rough here. Okay. And down the mountain we go. Still have a handbrake on. Once again, down the mountain we go. Sometimes I put on the front of the train and push it past, but that tends to cause more problems. Look at all that copper that looks like gold. It's full of copper. I don't actually know what copper ore looks like. Why am I falling here? I can just grab on. Alright, so we need to go past and then we'll come back and drop them all off in that thing. I think we're set up to do that. We are not. Alright, so that changes to green. Let's check on the floor. Oh, look at that train. Pushing everybody backwards. Oh, I hit the wrong button. Ah, if you go and look at this, you can't. Yeah, you have to select it to do that. Alright, so we got this guy coming in. Wait a minute. Why are they forward? This guy's going the wrong way. He's going towards the net and holla. How dare he? He's already past that. Alright, whatever. Well, pretend that didn't happen. It wasn't supposed to happen. I'm just bad at engineering. Okay, back over here. Nice picturesque view of this nice little train. Unfortunately, we are running out of time. Should hopefully get this down the mountain today, but I'm not sure. Should have seen end of track, but it didn't because I'm on number 4 and not number 3. Explains why I was going so fast. We wanted to do yard 20. Alright, we're actually going to push this guy back. Good chunk. Okay. We got that, and we're going to go. Oh, they're good. Alright, throw on the handbrake. Uncouple, forward, 5. Alright, what do we want with these guys? If we push them, then they end up on the same end of the train as the other one, and that's good. Because you're on 10 cars. I didn't want him to hit those cars. First 10 cars, yep. Clean up the switches. think my next adventure is to buy the track going back. But that's going to cost me a bunch. 7,500, and then I also need to afford a train. But I think I'm there now. Alright, and then we go straight through there, straight through there. We will put him on this track. And switches. We'll go a little bit farther down. Too close to switch. Maybe after this switch then. Okay, we can go through there. We have a through track. That's good. Just not a lot of passengers. That's what I'm saying. Managed to stop exactly wrong, which is perfect. It's a gift. I don't want that down. Not quite there. That should do it. Okay. Alright, you. Get out of the way, please. That goes away. We're going to reverse. We're going to go back up there. And we're going to go there. And let's do it in yard mode and go 20 cars. Okay, clean up switches. I don't actually need coal, but we're going to take coal anyway. Move that up, back to here. And you're going to, yeah, Turn up the brake. Go backwards. That's a little much. Alright, where are we going to put you? And who are we sending first? This is a good question. I think we send the passenger train first, and then we get going on that. Oh man. Well, it's 9 o'clock. That's good enough. That's time for a break. We will come back next time and we will send the passenger train. We'll send this train. The number 4 will be coming back where it's supposed to be over here. So it's looking good. Things are looking up. And the day probably be over by 11. All right. Good playing with you. We'll see you next time on Railroader.